Approaching Unit 2!
Patch me through to Unit 2. The two-way call link has been cut off. We're not getting through. Is that so? They want to do this alone then, huh? Fresh LCL. I don't even mind that it smells like the last pilot. It's already breached the 5th line of defense. Well, I'd better act fast. Your HQ's done for. Holy crap, that's a strong AT field. I can't even touch it from this distance. Let's see what this bad boy can do. Point blank, shithead!
Going on, everyone? Yes, today I'm doing another toy review, and I'll be doing a review on Medicom Real Action Hero Neo toy line of Evangelion Ava Unit 2. This is piloted by Oscar. Now, if you don't know anything about this particular figure, it comes from a very popular anime / manga. It's about organic mechs. Yeah, it sounds pretty odd, but you just gotta take a look at it. It's a very, very great anime / manga. You definitely gotta check it out if you haven't. So I'm gonna show you the pros and the cons of this figure, and hopefully the stuff I tell you today helps you out with a purchase to either have you get it or not get it, whatever what you want. So first and foremost, right off the bat, let's do height comparison. So I'm gonna go ahead and push Unit 2 back a bit. And let me zoom out. So this is a 1/6 scale figure. Now the odd part about this is also a 1/6 scale figure. Now if you notice, that 3A figure is very, very short compared to the Avas. That's because since it's a Neo figure, it's actually a lot taller, even though it's a 1/6 scale. Your standard 1/6 scale is 12 inches. This figure is actually 15 inches from the head to the toe. Now, if you include the height of the fins, then it's 16 inches. So it's very, very large. It's not a small figure by far. But it's an amazing figure. And if you're an actual Evangelion fan, definitely I would say pick it up. It's definitely a nice counter piece, glass piece, wherever you place your stuff at is definitely very nice. So off the back, besides the height comparison, let's go ahead and jump into the detail. Now the nice part about this figure, which I'm actually kind of shocked on when I pulled out the box, what's really cool is that Ava Unit 2 is a lot more glossier than Unit 1. Unit 1 has kind of a matte feel. This definitely has a real slick plastic feel. Even the texture and the look is really shiny. It looks really good, actually. Kind of like a new Corvette or some type of fancy car, just to how that shine just pops. And that red is extremely nice. So that's the front view. And they nailed it. I mean, it's definitely anime accurate of the new you cannot advance, you are not alone, and you cannot redo, things of that nature. It's definitely nails it. And they also coming out with the second version of Unit 2. If you haven't seen it, It was placed on most toy websites. I found this one on AmiAmi, which this is where I order mine from. It hits about 200, and for shipping, because it comes in a very large box, it's about $80 in shipping. Now you're probably saying like, holy shit, that's a ripoff, or that's really damn high. Well, to be honest with you, it's not, because if you look at some of the other sites that's selling it, they're selling the figure $100 more plus shipping. So you're paying $300 on top of paying for shipping. So it's actually still cheaper, even though that shipping is high. See if I can get a focus real quick. There we go. This is the back of the head. So it's definitely a very, very nice piece. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump into accessories. Show you what Unit 2 has to offer. Let me move these other figures out of the way. Bear with me one second. Alright, so pretty much like Ava Unit 1, Unit 2 comes with quite a bit of stuff. Actually, a fair amount. You're going to get a stand. Now, these stands that come with Medicom figures, these stands and even the stands that came back in the day, they're very cheap. I mean, they're not really great stands. They're just something to kind of just prop the item up. You can't really do no action poses in it. So if you get it, I wouldn't attempt it. Just because any action pose you can pretty much pull off with these figures. Which, just to let you know, these figures have extremely high articulation. And you can pretty much hit it in any type of pose. But any pose you can hit, you can pretty much hit it on its own without a stand. So the stand, in my opinion, is pretty useless unless you're just having it prop them up standing straight up. So that's really it. But other than that, that's what you get. You're going to get the umbilical cable, which is anime accurate. It's actually soft rubber right here, and it's extremely long. Now, what's nice about this, not only it plugs in extremely simple into the back of Ava Unit 2, is an actual small magnet as well. I know on Unit 1 it has a magnet, and you can definitely tell when you place it in, because it pretty much stays with no problem. And you can feel it has a pull. I don't know if this one has it, but if I'm not wrong, there's a magnet in there. And it ain't going nowhere. It's in there extremely well. So you get that. And just to let you know, this is a limited edition one. Not the figure itself, but the item that comes in it. I'll show that to you in a second. Unit 2 comes with 2 pallet rifles, which is definitely anime accurate. Really good paint job, really clean. So you get 2 of those. Come with 2 high frequency blades, and they're definitely detailed really good. Now this right here is like a soft PVC, so definitely have a little bit of give to it. You don't gotta worry about snapping or anything, and I'll show you why it has a little bit of give. It comes with 3 different size entry plugs. Let's see if I can focus for you. There we go. And they actually look different from Unit 1. So has its own little style on it. Really nice, really clean, good detail. Comes with a full length one. So you can make that actual scene where Unit 1 bit into one of the entry plugs in the anime. So you get a full size one, you get a half size one. This is for making it look like the entry plug is just entering. I'll show you what that looked like real quick. And I'll also show you the way to maneuver everything as well when I get the articulation. But just to show you real fast, it's like that. It's like giving the whole illusion that they just subjected. So, alright, and then the last but not least one, you get the very short end of the stick one, which is extremely tiny. And this one, oops, this one is meant for full entry where it can actually go in. Now the nice part about this, it fits in nice and snug. It fits in nice and snug. So nothing is bulging or no creases shown. And when you want to remove it, all you gotta do is tip it upside down. Make sure it ain't in the way. You want to give me an issue, huh? There we go. And it falls right on out. Now, just to let you know, this part acts as an ejection, and it'll eject the actual entry plug. If it feels like it's lodged, you just pull it up and then it'll pop out. So you don't have to worry about it getting stuck in there. You trying to grab some tweezers or whatever. All right. That's that. Damn, this toy is fucking huge. Alright. So you get those. You get 2 gun hands, of course, which is very detailed as well. Alright, so you get 2 of those for the pallet rifle. You get a under the barrel hand for the pallet rifle as well. You get kind of these action pose hands. These hands are meant for, like, if you want to put the AV unit in a running pose. I'll actually make sure I take photos at the end of this video so y'all can actually see what I mean. But that's what that's for. You get 2 of those. You get standard balled fist hands. You get knife gripping hands, which also looks like a thumb up or a thumb down. And you get karate chop hands. So you get those. And the very last accessory that you receive, which is why the blades are soft rubber. If anybody that remember that scene in Evangelion, I think that was movie 2 if I'm not wrong, when Asuka need a core to kill the angel. That's why it's soft rubber. So this is the actual exclusive piece that you get with the first run, which ain't nothing too spectacular, but it's extra, so can't really complain. You don't pay no more for having this, but give that in there. Which I'm definitely going to try to reenact that scene when I get the opportunity, because I think it'd be pretty dope. So you get all that as an accessories. So you got quite a bit. Now, as for articulation, this figure has the same articulation as Unit 1. Let me go ahead and zoom up a bit. So, the head sits on a ball joint in 2 spots. Actually, I'm a liar. It sits... It actually has a ball joint in the neck. Now this is soft rubber around the neck, so you can actually still make poses and it doesn't hinder it. It may kind of hinder just a tad bit, but not by much, because you can still look down pretty and you can look up pretty well. Now the part that goes into the head is actually on the hinge. So even if you don't move the ball joint, you can still move that. So you can move that and move the actual ball joint. And that's how you can get that real low look. Alright, you get that. And when I showed you before, you get the entry plug behind the neck. Now the way this works, they kind of work together. You actually pull on this larger piece up just a tad bit, and then you actually lift the hatch. Now the reason why you can't just lift that hatch right off the back is because that little part that's sticking out gets caught on this. So you actually got to start this part off first, and then you can lift that up because it moves out the way. Alright, so that's the other part. Now moving down to the shoulders, the fins are on ball joints, so they don't hinder the arm whatsoever. Like, you can go up there pretty high, and that actual arm joint is like hinge, which goes into the shoulder, will go into the upper arm, sorry, and into the chest is on a ball joint. So you got a lot of range to pull off. And by this being on a ball joint, the fin itself, it just works with any pose. You pretty much throw it in. Now coming down a bit, you zoom out. Coming down a bit, the elbows are double jointed. Alright, so you can get a full bend. Alright, so you get a very nice bend. Now I just want to let y'all know, as a warning, if you never had a figure that have rubber sleeves or any type of rubber material, where it bends at, legs, arms, wherever that rubber is at. Now the neck you won't have that issue because the neck is definitely a thicker rubber, but on the arms, do not put your character in a pose and just leave the arms bent. I know it sounds really messed up, but what will happen, the heat will warp it and you can possibly damage the rubber. Or if you move it too much, you can damage the rubber. What normally end up happening, that crease where the elbow bends will pinch the rubber, which will cause a hole. I actually had it happen to me on Unit 1. The good thing is, if something was to happen to your figure, or come that way, I say this over, and I'm going to continue to say it because it helps us. So if you hate me saying it, I don't give a shit. I'm trying to help out other people. So if your figure gets an issue, not only once, but twice, think maybe possibly 3 times, Medicom will fix the issue. Once again, they will fix the issue. I had a few people online even contact me to ask me how did I get in contact with them. They actually contacted Medicom and they fixed their issues. So it is for a fact, if you have a problem with your figure, do not bitch and moan. You can contact Medicom and they will fix your figure. So moving past that, you're going to also get not only the double joint bend, I meant to also say at the upper part, you get a swivel. So that's really nice. And this arm can come off. So what happened, by the way, if that was to give you an issue, you don't got to send the whole figure back. They'll just send you an arm, because right where it swivels at, it just pops off. You can just pull the arm off. It's pretty easy. I wouldn't suggest to do it, but you can do it. Now moving down to the wrist. The wrist sits on a peg. It's just a peg. It comes off really easy. Like if I just want to pull the hand off, really easy. And this is on the hinge. And it also can swivel where it enters the hand at. So got a nice amount of range on that. And that's also soft rubber. So I can bend the hand like that and it doesn't hinder. It's pretty much good. Now going to the right below the chest, which is like the abdominal, that bends. And then where the navel would normally be at on a human, that bend as well. And then your waist bend. So this has 3 sections of bends. So you can get a nice lean over. You can probably get a little bit more than that, but I'm not trying to force it. But you get that. Get into the hips. The hips are a new tech that Medicom is using, and they only been so far using it on these Ava units. So it is a little bit different. When you get the figure, you kind of got to look at the instructions, because it's kind of hard for me to explain how this is set up. On the instructions, it actually have like a drop joint. So the leg can actually drop down. See how that just shifted? Or it can actually shift up. Now the reason being is because when you putting it in them real action poses, I'm gonna do a pose real quick to show you. You drop the leg down to get more range for the thigh to go up. So let me show you real fast. Give me a second. And you can see what I mean. Alright, real quick pose. So in order to get more dynamic poses, you just shift that little hip joint and you can pretty much nail a pose. So that's why that is designed like that, which is really cool. Now that also swivels at the thigh as well. And the leg can go pretty far back. So you can actually do, as they call it, the Chinese splits or the whatever splits that is. But you can do those as well. So you get that. Now you get double joints in the knees, which is definitely a nice range. Sorry about that. There you go. Real clean, sleek look. And on the ankle, this little rubber part is on a ball joint. So this doesn't hinder the foot from moving. So you get a lot of range. So the ankle actually can swivel forward and back, side to side, because right here is where it swivels. And like I said, it does have a large amount of range. So you can do that. And then coming down to the foot, you can bend the toe. And that can go pretty far as well. So this figure, once again, these Ava units are seriously probably the best posing figures I've ever got. The other ones I would probably say is my 3/8 figures. It's probably the next up further as posability. But they do a damn good job. Now, I just want to let you know also on this Ava unit that you have to be careful with. The Ava units have like kind of fabric material, which I'm going to show you real quick of a close-up. And you got to be careful with this. In the crotch, see if I can get a focus, it's stitching. Be careful on how far you pull that this material, because you don't want the threading to come undone, because it can definitely come undone. I've seen it. I don't mess around with it that much just because I don't want nothing to go wrong, because I will have a shit fit. But definitely be careful with that, because you don't want to tear nothing up that you own, especially when you paid a significant amount of money for your stuff, because I know damn sure I wouldn't want to. But that is the Ava Unit 2 review. I'm throwing in another pose real quick to also show you the type of poses you can pull off while I'm talking to y'all. So don't think I just kind of walked off on you, but get y'all an idea. Now my Ava unit kind of got the drunk head, but you can at least see what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead. And I'm going to move the camera down so you can see. Give me 1 second. See how low that can get? And that's why I said these figures have crazy posability. Nuts. So, that is my review of Ava Unit 2. Hope this review helped out. If you ordered the figure, I know you can't wait to get it. It's definitely a great figure. And once again, like I said, be careful on certain parts of the figure. Something go wrong with yours, feel free to ask me a question. If I can help you, I definitely will. I have no problem in doing that for another collector. So, once again, continue to collect in shits and continue to check out my reviews. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting, giving me your feedback. I truly appreciate it. My reviews are shooting up, and I'm constantly thankful. So thank you for coming, and y'all have a great one.
It's no use. It won't activate. It's shutting down.
Unit 1's refusing the dummy. Ryutsuki, please, take command.
Let's get a better view. It's kicking my ass so far. All right, fingers crossed. Let's strip off your humanity. No more restraints. Invert controls. Backdoor code. The beast! Bear with it, Unit 2. You can do this. This isn't easy for me either.
It's physically changing.
The restrictors have been disengaged. The readings are off the chart. We can't read the plug interior. Although,
Must be pushing the negative range. This girl's clearly willing to risk contamination.
we can't let her. It's too dangerous. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That's it. Just a little more. There it is. Come on.
She released its bestial form, but that still wasn't enough for it to defeat the angel. We've reached the limit of our capabilities.
Unit 0! She doesn't even have a rifle!
What's she doing?
Ray, no, don't do it! Ray! AT field, max level. I can do this for him. So he never has to pilot again. The field's too strong. A single Ava can't get through it. All right, Unit 2. This is it. Your final task. Just one more layer.